It's Shannon.
Hello, and welcome to with Shannon Live.
It's Shannon.
Because you don't know how it's going to turn out.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon.
My kids empowered me to get out.
What's going on with this remote learning and in the midst of COVID?
Working for different elected officials, learning and understanding how to put your community first.
Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon. We're back. We had to take a little break. Allison was driving me crazy, so I had to take a little rest.
What? That is my goal. Drive everybody crazy, baby. Yeah.
Hello, and thanks for watching us tonight. Before we get started, we have to say happy birthday to Jackie. Happy birthday, Jackie.
You. Happy birthday.
We have to give you a toast. We have to give you a toast.
Jackie, stop telling people the wrong age. Girl, bye.
Okay. I won't.
Look, be proud of what your age is and be thankful you're alive to say
Yes.
That is a fact. But the
I'm
number
telling
got to be
you.
true, though, Jackie. Stop lying.
I'm telling you. Listen, there's been so much happening while we was on break and everything and coming back. The first hot topic I wanted to start off with was what was the first hot topic we were supposed to start off with?
McDonald's.
You still on vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on vacation. What was the first hot topic?
What is your life worth?
Yes.
Yes. What is your life worth? That's what I wanted to start with because I know you all seen what happened at the Bedford-Stuyvesant McDonald's with the kid, getting shot over the argument with the mother arguing over some cold French fries.
Yes.
And I'm saying, when you think about it, is it worth it? I mean, if you go in there and get cold French fries, there's no way of selling this without getting into a heated argument. Then your son get involved, and now look what have happened. He would never see the light of day again.
Listen,
so,
I feel like, as a people, we don't know how to de-escalate situations.
Exactly.
Not everything you have to come in strong and aggressive about. Simply, hey, listen, I just got these fries. They were cold. Do you mind? Can I get a new one? That goes a long way. As a Caribbean person, pleasantries can take you so far with a simple hello, good evening, good afternoon. I think it's lost in our current culture here.
But the thing about it was, Allison, is that not only the mother coming in talking about the French fries, my thing is the workers in McDonald's. You are not supposed to be arguing with customers when they come into a store, any store. You're not supposed to be arguing with customers and things like that.
Period.
And I can say and I'm not lying about this because I go in there occasionally to that McDonald's. I don't go as much because every time you go there, you have to get in an argument with those people there. They have nasty attitudes in that McDonald's. They really do. And they argue with customers.
They don't want to work.
I had to speak to the supervisor several times about people working there, and I'm saying your employee is not supposed to be arguing with customers like that and talking nasty to them. And then, we don't know the whole situation because we wasn't there. But my thing is, how would you be arguing with someone and then follow them outside of the store? You as an employee is not supposed to leave your post to come outside to argue with somebody.
But that's also the quality of people. Listen, you ever heard the saying, it's hard to find good help. Good help is hard to find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what the situation is? Everybody wants to prove their bravado and their gust. And this is not called for it. You could prove it if someone is actually trying to take your child. But over a French fry, it's simply like you said, Lottie, these fries are cold. May I get some hot fries? Right. But and then that whole mentality of someone that's working in the store, you work for me, so I can talk to you any old way I want.
Right.
So it's like it's a combination of both sides. Like, you work for me, and you ain't gonna talk like that to me.
Right, but then the other side of it is, even if she was talking that way, you as the employee is not supposed to engage in that. You are supposed
Exactly.
to satisfy the customer. Because my thing is, well, if she said the fries were cold, okay, miss, I'm gonna give you some
Okay,
more
right.
fries. Matter of fact, let me give you some extra fries. Let me
Right.
give you some extra fries. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
try to make good with the customer. You don't stand there arguing with them back and forth.
Right.
Because
A life
that
is
means,
lost over this now.
Right.
huh?
A life is lost over fries.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Because that's why I said, why would you leave your post from the inside of the store to go outside to argue with someone? Because to me, that tells me that you was just as bad about arguing as they were about arguing. Because
Yeah.
somebody has to use. Because I was saying, wait, hold up. Well, where's the manager? Because where's the manager? The manager's supposed to tell you to be quiet.
Mhm.
If you arguing with customers and stuff like that, you be quiet. Go in the back. Get off.
Right.
Get off the
You know
front.
what?
Or let me
Go
handle
to
it.
any fast food joint, and
That's what you do
recently
with.
I was in the Burger King, and something similar happened. But I just noticed that I said to the girl, "Can I get 2 more ketchups?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she gives it to me. No, I said, "Can I get some more ketchups?" Meanwhile, I had 4 Impossible Whoppers for my son.
Right.
So she gives me 2 ketchups, and I said, "I need more than that." And she said, "Well, if you just ask," and I said, "That is exactly what I'm doing. Thank
That's
you
what I'm
anyway."
doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. But
She was
But see,
mad
but that's-
already.
But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But see, I mean, it was only a matter of time that something was going to happen at McDonald's. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
because I know there was one time I drove up to the window to order, and all I did was ask the girl to give me the plastic bag to put my drink in because I don't want to carry it in my hand. And she got on mess with me, so I said, "Well, get your supervisor to the window." So the supervisor come to the window, right? So I'm telling her how she was acting and how she was talking and everything. And I said, you need to get her off the window because somebody's going to hurt her. It's going to be the wrong person that
Or
drives
she
up
gonna
either
get cussed
behind
out.
me or before me is not going to be as calm about it as I'm sitting here telling you about
Exactly.
Right.
it. But then the supervisor was just as ghetto as she was.
Oh my.
So what we going to do?
Again, good help. And you have to understand too that the precedence is set from the top down.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
However you
said with
see-
management.
However you see your managers interact
That's
with
what
the
I said.
customers.
I
That's
said,
how
because
you're
I
gonna
know this
act.
guy has to get complaints about the people that work there. Because
He's
even though
probably
they
one of them.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, even though there are young people that they have working in these places, just because you are a young person, that don't mean you don't know how to act. You have to train them. Okay, we're not going to tolerate you here acting like you on the street someplace. You are working here at McDonald's. You are to treat the customers like they're supposed to be treated. You are not supposed to be arguing with people. So if you're going to stand there and let them argue and carry on with some customer stuff, then there's something wrong with this whole picture here. Because that's why I said, once, I guess it'll come out later, like what actually happened in there. Because just to be arguing over some French fries, I mean, this is, and then the mother, I'm saying, well, why are you calling your son or whatever for him to come down there over some French fries?
Because she ghetto.
Yeah, but you have to remember something. It is up to a person, like not just an elder, but a person that actually in a leading position to actually school the younger generations. This is something similar, but not the same. At my job is I have a young intern working with me, and there's no structure. I have the slightest little thing is I said, you can't keep bringing your clothes in here and your slippers. You cannot walk around in slippers. You're like, this is a courthouse.
Right.
You have to explain to this young generation what is appropriate and what is not. You can't come to work in a halter.
Exactly.
What are you doing? And then the eyes get teary. I said, I don't want to hear that. So if there was a manager that said from the day one,
that gave her the dress code, all of that.
Dress code, and to drop and I'm talking about even at McDonald's, to drop the voice. No, you don't go back and forth.
Walk away. If you
walk
can't,
away and just give them what they need.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. That's where the supervisor come in. Because I said that day with the supervisor, where's the supervisor? If you hear them arguing with the person like that, aren't you
on the phone
supposed to come and tell them, look, you be quiet. You
step in the back eating a hamburger.
Right.
I don't get it. Because I saying? Now that was just senseless. That
That-
was senseless.
Now,
Not two lives
now,
are lost. This
granted,
individual-
someone took their life, but
Mhm.
just to think, the family has to say he got killed over French fries.
Right. Let's put that in a eulogy.
Yes,
Exactly.
He lost
Yes.
his life over cold French fries.
I'm not laughing
but
over
the thing
his
about
death,
it is,
I'm not.
but the way that was
Exactly.
said, he lost his life over
life.
cold French
Cold
fries.
French fries.
because that's why I'm saying, why are you arguing with them? Why would you step out of your job to go outside to argue with somebody?
Your zone,
You know-
your zone should be right behind the counter all day.
Because first of all, you can't be arguing with anyone today because you don't know what weapon they carry.
I don't argue
You
with
don't know
anybody.
what kind of person he
Okay,
was
you
when
got
the
it.
mother
Look
called
what
him
happened.
down.
Now
Now
look
you
what
come to
happened.
find out he's been charged now with another murder.
He
Plus
admitted
this
to
one.
it.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So now
What's
look what
happening
happened.
with this world?
This is
Listen.
what I'm saying. Now you the mother, and you should have been escalating all of this kind of stuff. Now your son is what?
But
Listen.
you
Accused
knew
of two
already your son was off kilter.
But here's the thing. But she called him, so she wasn't
You
that bright
knew.
either.
That's
Yes,
what
but
I'm
she's
Not
not
saying.
right.
either.
What would you call
She
him over
placed
something
him
like
in
that?
that situation.
You called loose cannon.
Right.
Watch.
Knowing-
I'm
knowing
show
that he
you what
was.
my loose cannon can do.
Right.
Exactly.
And where's
Exactly.
he right
that
now?
mentality. That was that mentality. And see,
And-
that's what that mentality gets you killed.
Yeah.
And that
Exactly.
mentality gets you killed because
Everybody's
you
wearing
don't
their
want to back
ego on
down.
display.
They're not going to back down. You don't know what's going. And then the girlfriend here, they got arrested her because she's the one who passed him the gun and stuff. Like, I mean, give
Oh
me a
my
break with this stuff.
goodness.
I mean, it doesn't even. Like I was like, I knew. I wasn't shocked when they flashed it on the TV and they said that McDonald's at Bed-Stuy, and I looked and I said, "Oh, that's something on Fourth."
Wait, which
I was
one?
not surprised. I was because those
The one near
the
Restoration?
attitudes in there, they nasty. You go in there, you got to get in an argument with them about they. And I stand there and listen, look at them sometimes how nasty they talking to the people, and then people answer them back or whatever. But then some people just ignore them and take their stuff and walk on out.
I don't even
Everybody's
want
not
to
gonna
fry
ignore
there
you.
because
They're gonna be one that's
nobody.
not going to ignore you.
I don't even want to fry there because nobody's licking my fries.
Listen, let me tell you something. I remember going to that McDonald's, pulling in a drive-through one night, and it was closed. You know why they were closed? They were having sex on the counter.
No,
I don't go there
That's what I'm saying.
You
I
saw?
stopped going. I
because
stopped
when you
going.
pull around front, it's all
I
glass.
stopped
They're
going,
in the
yeah.
cooking area doing it.
I stopped going. Yeah, because like I
Stop.
said,
No.
the attitudes are
what
so
McDonald's
nasty,
is this?
You know what's McDonald's.
They just
By
ghetto.
Restoration?
No, yes. It's not too
Is
far
it?
down from Restoration. It's the one on Troop and Fulton Street. It's not that far down, but it's
Yeah,
the, but
it's
it's
near-
the people
yeah,
that's
near
working in there, and I don't care if they are young people because you supposed to, as a manager, you
You
are
know
supposed
what?
to train your
supposed
young
to-
workers
yes.
how to act.
She
And
had
all of
her
that kind of
bottom on the grill.
Listen, no, because
She
she
was
was
hot.
gotten burnt. It's a prep area. You know the steel prep area.
Right.
That's where they were. My
Okay,
man,
then. Well,
you know.
look, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon.
Today, we face an unprecedented crisis. Tens of millions of refugees have been forced from their homes. But you can make a difference. Turn disruption and despair to hope and opportunity. Even small amounts make a big difference. Provide shelter, support, or jobs in your community. The more we understand, the greater sense of belonging we create. Act now. Visit supportcrisisrelief.org.
Hi, we're back. If you're just joining us, hey Kat, thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you're having a good hot summer. Now, to continue on with our young people, because I don't know what's happening with our young people. I know you saw where the young man was tussling with the police officer, the two police officers with him and the girlfriend, where he had wrestling the police officer, throwing him on down on the ground, had him in a chokehold. I'm like, what is going on here?
He had a lot to prove.
He listen. did he? He had a lot to say.
Yeah, he
Without
went
being said.
buck.
He was like, listen, just because we don't do it don't mean we won't do it.
That's what I'm saying. But this
I
is
just
what
want
I'm
to let
saying.
you know.
No, but I just couldn't believe. I said that, and just because somebody is slim and
He's seen that cop
don't mean
before.
they don't have strength. I said, how did this officer manage to let this kid get a hold of him?
That
like
young boy.
throw
Listen.
him around, push him around, put him in a choke,
He's
and
been
then
eating
the
too many
girlfriend,
donuts.
she
Have
started hitting
you
the other officer, and she bigger than the other officer. I'm like, what is going on here?
Have you seen those Instagram videos where they're doing the most at the gym? Somebody was doing like a push-up or something with a whole bench on their back. They're prepping for something. And apparently this is what he was prepping for. He waited his whole life.
And when I saw it, he beat him.
He
He
did.
beat him like
That's
he,
what I said.
like he stole something.
I said, now he has to be the laughing stock at his precinct because
Yes.
you're gonna let
He
that
is the
kid
laughing
throw
stock.
you
It was like
down
he was
on the
playing
ground.
spades
He got
with
his
my
butt
man,
whipped.
and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Okay.
You know what? You know how they used to say
He started hitting the other officer. I'm like, what is going on here?
they couldn't handle him. And he was 16. So imagine when he gets even older. If he could do that now, they're going to have to use the whole police force to get him,
Yes.
hold him down.
Well,
Because he tore him up.
well,
And
well,
I was
told-
embarrassed for that cop because
No.
they're not trained on a lot of different things. They're not trained how to de-escalate a situation.
Absolutely.
They're not trained on a lot of major things. It didn't have to get that way.
Well, when I
At all.
spoke to someone in the law enforcement because I wanted to find out more information, like
Like what?
what happened here, like what?
How
what-
bad did he get
well,
beat? How many cuts did he
their
get?
version was their
Is he
version
on
was it did,
administrative
okay.
leave?
Even though he said that the kid got the best of the cop, but the thing about it is that the cop
Repeatedly.
is thinking at that time that he's not going to use excessive force because then he's going to be accused of using excessive force on the kid and then he's going to be in trouble. So at that time he's thinking how he going to get it under control without having to hurt the kid, because I
You
know
really believe that?
that officer could have probably brought that. The officer could have brought that kid down.
I don't.
I don't think so.
How many
That
times have
kid
you seen those
whipped his butt.
videos with them pulling their gun out instinctively? Bah, 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 11 shots, 12 shots, 20 shots, all of them in a row. They didn't think about that.
You know what
but
he
that's
thought
what I'm
of?
saying. No,
You're not
I'm
getting the
saying
best of me
police
because I
officer
might
probably
die.
wouldn't have done that, because if he had pulled out his gun and shot the kid, then he really would have been in trouble because the kid doesn't have a gun on him. He
Now, let
doesn't
me
have
ask
a
you a
gun on him, so
question.
there's no reason for you to shoot him. The
Can I
only
ask you
thing
a
I
question?
say he could have done was tased him, something like that.
Right.
But not
But
pulling
couldn't
no gun
he
out on
couldn't
him,
even
no.
get that out because he got his butt whipped.
So two
I
things.
mean, I'm not
Did he
saying
have
he
an
did it, but what I'm
opportunity
saying-
to grab
no,
his gun?
but truthfully, even though he might have got his butt whipped, I'm still glad he didn't pull out no gun to shoot the kid or anything. I'm really glad that he really didn't go full force with the force, because he would have been
you know
blamed
what?
for that.
I don't even think the gun was in play. It was a fight.
Right. I
And
don't think he was able to grab it.
no, he
Yeah.
was
He
being
kept
beat up.
being tossed around.
Yeah.
Because if you take
can't
these
have it.
guns away from the majority of these cops, they're gonna get their ass beat. Because a lot of cops are just they're cops for the wrong reason. Because I can carry a gun. Because they're hiding behind something, just like the Uvalde cops. They're not ready for these positions. They're in these positions because they can carry a gun. But in the real time,
Right.
no guns, no taser, you're getting your ass beat.
Listen,
No,
Kathleen
but
said he's gonna mace him.
but Jackie,
he would've maced himself.
but Jackie, they are
He would've
police
got maced.
officers now that may not pull out their gun, but they will beat you down.
Right.
Because they got their sticks and they will.
When
and some
they're
have
with
guns.
others,
They
they're
will
with
beat you
others,
down with their sticks.
one-on-one, they can't handle
They don't
people.
have to pull
I've
out
seen
their
one.
gun. They
I saw one video.
Stick.
It had this guy handcuffed in the back of a squad car talking that mess. And he was like, if I was out of his handcuffs, I would wear you out. So my man's just like, okay, no problem. Unhook the handcuffs. You just see my man's doing high kicks, round kicks, side kicks. He was like, listen, let me just click these back on. Go sit in this.
So wait a minute, who had the upper hand?
Listen, nobody had the upper hand. He took the handcuffs off and was like, listen, we could shoot the fair one. We
Yeah.
can shoot the fair one. So when my man started, whatever he was doing, whether he was stretching, pressing, whatever, my man started throwing them legs around. He was like, "Listen, sir, let me just get these handcuffs back on."
But no, I'm happy that he did not do anything like pulling out his gun or anything.
We're
no,
all
I'm
happy
he
about
did
that.
So I
happy
don't have a problem with him getting his butt whipped, because the thing about it is, it would have been worse if he had shot the kid.
You are absolutely right.
So to me, I think he made the right decision. Now, the
You are absolutely
girlfriend
right.
who was over there hitting on the other police officer, see, now to me, I would have slapped her ass good. Now you hitting me as a police officer, I would agree for her to slap her.
Listen,
And
you
and
can
slap
hit
her
me
good.
as a grocery store clerk. I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth. Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, it was like something. I'm like, well, what is wrong with him? The both of them getting the best of him. She's
You know
slapping on
what?
that officer.
And you also have to take into account we're going through a heat wave and people get crazy.
Yeah, but then
Angry.
for him, but for him to get that, well, I don't know what else could have been going on with him, because if the cops stop you from jumping a turnstile and just tell you to leave the subway and you don't want to leave. What, I don't
But
understand.
he had a gun last month or last
like
time. He had a gun. He's a dangerous child.
Individual, yeah.
He's a child.
Well, of course, yeah, because but see, the thing about it is, which I don't understand, how does his case get sent to family court rather than
because he's 16.
He's
well,
16,
other 16s
16
have been
16.
charged as criminals.
It depends on the severity of the case.
Yes.
It depends on the severity of the case.
But
then
he
beat a cop.
He has
not
done so
severe.
many other things. He's been arrested several times for other things, gun charge and all that kind of stuff. Now in family court, all he gonna do is get some counseling. That's it.
And maybe
And in family court, you know what he'll see? He'll probably come to me, because what I do is peacemaking.
Jackie, slap the taste out of his mouth.
He would.
So when they come to you for peacemaking,
cut the inside of his mouth.
Listen,
That's how hard I would have slapped him.
Teeth.
No, but I'm saying even when they come to you for peacemaking and stuff like that, if this is the type of person that got that kind of rage in them, now what kind of peacemaking are you?
You got to find out what's causing this,
because jail is not going to
find out, and you have to actually have a lot of sessions with the individual, because something is bothering him. It may be a family issue, like he's always been picked on in the house.
Right.
It may be that he needs to find a job. You have to dig further into a situation. He needs to be he's in the right place he's supposed to be. Because if they're putting him in jail,
that's not going to help.
That's not helping him. He needs to find out, let's stop this now, because right now he's escalating.
Right.
You beating up a cop? Now, a lot of people don't like cops, and they say he deserves it, but you beating up a cop, the next cop is not going to treat you like that.
Right.
He's
That's
going
what I
to
said.
shoot you in the head.
That's what I said.
You're absolutely right.
So some of them will beat you down with a stick and think about the next day, not at all. You know.
Right.
So that's why I was glad that this officer didn't do anything, like to hurt him or anything like that.
But still in all, he was the laughing stock of that precinct.
I know they had to be
the strength on him to take that man.
Listen, officer, we're here for you. We just want to say thank you. We
don't laugh, Lottie.
You. Okay.
No. I'm thankful that he didn't. I'm thankful that he did not man. Because
we got that.
But that's what I'm saying. The other officer, who did the guy from Africa, he got pulled over, got out of the car, which I don't understand why he started running from the cop. That's the worst thing you can do, is stop running from the cop. And that's the one that they was wrestling on the ground.
I don't want to say anything like
the gun and shot him in the papers. So that's what I'm saying. I'm glad nothing like that happened. I don't care if he did have him in a chokehold or whatever.
Right.
At least he was thinking not to get himself in trouble.
Right.
And then this young man's life,
I'm glad they both walked away from this situation
alive.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm glad they both walked away.
And I mean, like you said, Jackie, most of the kids, they need some kind of counseling.
They need help. Yeah. And a lot of times when I do peacemaking sessions with individuals, if there's an assault, fight in the school, they beforehand, when I talk to them, they just want you to talk to them.
Right.
And hear what's going on with them, because they go through a lot.
Yeah.
Well, before we don't have that much time left, but before we leave, I did want to bring this topic up because, you know, I went to a bridal shower and I heard the mother was complaining about how the friends and people that her daughter knew she's 50-something years old, so she's getting married for the first time.
Congratulations!
She's
great.
going all out. She's going all out with shower, everything.
Love is love.
And so people is talking like, oh, well, why would you want to have a big wedding for at your age? You know, why would you
sound
just
like
go
a hater.
down house to get what you need?
Right.
Like, I'm like, why is people, you know, so hateful? If you spending your own money, what do you have to do if I want to spend?
That's
all my
what
money
she
on a
wants.
Misery loves company.
Yeah, and I'm not, and don't give it to them. Don't give it to them.
When you meet somebody, you might not meet nobody until later in life.
Yeah, you know what? There's truly someone for everyone, and
Right.
her Mr. Right or Mrs. Right came then.
Right.
And she wants what she wants. A lot of people have aspirations and dreams to wear a gown and go down the aisle and experience all that. And some of us just want, let's go to City Hall and just do this. I don't want to be
and she's 50-something and her mother is still there to see her get married.
That's beautiful.
Mind your business.
That's what I said.
Like the tree song, mind your funky business. Mind your business.
You hate trifling heifers.
Trifling.
You know, if she has the money and she want to spend her money on a wedding,
even if she don't have the money,
and she's 50-something, there's a lot in that kitty cat bank.
Exactly. She saved her money, so whatever she wants to do, she can do it. She can do whatever she wants to do.
And you know what? And it's not too late to pump out a baby.
Hey, such play haters. They such play haters, you know, especially women.
Yeah.
Women.
Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your
Especially
place.
the women.
So
jealous. I don't know why they're so jealous for. Well, if you don't have a man, that's your problem.
Yeah, but you know what? And then there's some people that are happy. Be happy for people.
Exactly. My thing with her is it's never too late. So that means it's never too late. You can meet them at 70 years old and be your first time getting married.
Yes.
Okay, well,
love is love.
We have to go, ladies. We have to go. So look,
no, I don't want to go.
Let me know. Let me know if you get married or whatever, you know. I'm not gonna hate on you, whatever.
If you I'm gonna tell you. Don't be
no. So
okay,
would y'all hate on me if I decide to have a cotillion?
No.
Just let us know when it is. Okay, we have to go now. Let's let us know when the cotillion is then. So take care and thank you for joining us tonight. And
It's
make sure you go to our Facebook page and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. So
we are back.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Today's show is sponsored by Abu's Bakery. If you have a sweet tooth, stop by Abu's Bakery for some delicious cakes and pies.
Do you like beautiful pictures for your home or your office? Then stop by Study Plus Gallery. They have a large selection of pictures from around the world.
It's Shana.